Good evening. Tonight I have my seventh. Good evening. Tonight I have my seventh Lego Speed Champions car. It's a series. I think we're up to 36 cars to collect. Um, and I heard we might be getting a few more later this year. So I really do need to step up or want to step up my collection of Speed Champions. Tonight I have this car. This is the Lamborghini Countach, and it's not as colorful as some of the other cars, but it has a beautiful, unique shape, and I'm really looking forward to getting this one built and into my collection. So let's go ahead, and this is my first Lamborghini car. I'm not sure if there are any others in the Speed Champions line. I think there's a 2-pack. This is the Countach. Let's go ahead and get into this box here. So there's the box and the back of the box. Hold on, I'm just enjoying the art on the back of the box for a moment. Alright. I need to stop wasting time. You can see how pretty the shaping of this car is. And there's the front of the box one more time as I pull open the tab. Let's see. This is bag 1. We'll put that on the table. And here's bag 2, which we will set off to the side here until we need it. Let's just go here. Okay. There's a little advertisement thing here. Ooh. This looks like it's clear back stickers this time. Here's the sticker sheet. It looks like there's only 13 stickers this time around. So that's not too bad for a Speed Champions car. I think we'll be okay. It comes, of course, with the standard chassis piece. I have my brick separator out and ready to go. Let's get the box off the table. Here's the instruction book. But as usual, we will not be using the instruction book for the stream. We have the PDF instructions that I have up on the computer screen, and I'm gonna try and adjust things a little bit so that all right, that's good enough. All right, and of course, the first thing the instructions are gonna do is tell us to open bag 1. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. I'm watching on eBay. There's a listing for one of the cars I'm most excited about in the series. There's a listing at a ridiculously low price for a sealed box because the box is damaged. So I'm looking at it, and I might be able to get that for next week. Not sure yet. It depends on how well I do with the surveys tomorrow. But let's go ahead. Let's get to the build. So standard procedure, bag 1 is the back half of the car, and then bag 2 will be the front half of the car. So we're starting, as usual, with building the driver. There's minifigure legs there. I see this driver has 2 faces. That must mean he has bigger hair. Yeah. So we have Happy Driver, and we have Happier Driver. I think we're going to give him Happier Driver. So there's a driver. As usual, we're not going to give him the helmet till we finish building the car, because right now he doesn't need the helmet because he has nothing to drive. However, the instructions tell us to do the helmet, so let's go ahead and put the helmet together and set the helmet next to him. And as usual, he can watch us build. Here's the helmet. Here's the visor. And there he goes. He can sit next to his helmet. And he's also supposed to get, there it is, all Speed Champion drivers get a wrench. So there's his little tool. His helmet, his tool, he'll watch the build. Let's go ahead and get started. We're starting, of course, with this chassis piece. Most Speed Champion cars have this as their base, but then they grow into a whole bunch of different shapes and sizes. Well, mostly shapes. They're all approximately this similar size. So we have to start by building the axles here. I'm gonna be slowing down a bit with the physical Lego on this channel. I have some bills coming due in the next couple weeks, but I do have something special planned for Earth Day. Although, I think we'll be observing Earth Day actually during Earth Day Eve, most likely, because we actually have a holiday on Earth Day. So we're probably going to have family dinner for that. I have a really nice set planned for Earth weekend. I think you'll appreciate that one. It's not Speed Champions. I got something special. So now it looks like we're setting up the other side of the axles. Lamborghini is one of those fancy car companies. Yeah, I'm actually pretty sure they have a 2-pack. It's one of the older ones in the 8 wides. It's in the wave that already retired. So it's going to be hard for me to get that 2-pack. But since I'm going to get all the 8 wide Speed Champion cars, I am going to get it at some point. I just don't know when, since I'm going to go for all the easier to get cars first. And by easier, I mean easier to get within a reasonable budget. They recently raised the prices of the cars. Um, and I'm trying to find them on the secondary market for the original price. So some cars will be easier to acquire than the others, depending on whether they're retired, whether they retailed at the new price or the old price, etc., things like that. So this step represents our first traces of the car's outer white shell. I need to find 3 more of those. And there's so much white in this pile that it may be hard to come across some of them. Alright, just need to find 1 more of those slopes. Alright, so we've got the first bits of the white on the car. And we can move on to the next step. I'm guessing this red section here is going to be part of the seats. I could be mistaken, though. Oh, maybe not, because it looks like we're already covering part of that, so. I wonder why we have the bits with holes. Yeah. One thing I like about the Speed Champions line is each driver has a unique outfit, a unique uniform, and the uniforms usually have printing for the car company. Okay, we got to do our first sub-assembly now. Starting with a couple of bracket pieces. Give me a moment. Alright, where's the other brick piece? piece. There it is. And then we've got, and then it looks like we're putting jumpers onto the back of the bracket. Okay, that's not very stable, but it should be stabilized once we attach it to the car. Yeah, because everything will be even once we attach it to the car. So that, we just put it there. Now that assembly feels a little more stable. We got another bracket to set up here. We have a translucent tile and some 1x1 brackets here. That's how it goes. Again, I do apologize for my fingers getting in the way. That's just something that's going to happen. But I'm trying to keep as much of this on screen for you as I can. So we need another bracket and a tile. And then this goes onto there like this. And this section drops into here like that. And now we do some plating to hold those assemblies in place. And then we're putting on the wheel arches like that. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, I see what it's doing. Alright, so that's for some shaping, it looks like. And now we do some more plating. And then it looks like we're doing some more of the jumpers. Looks like these tiles are gonna close off the shaping. And now we're getting into hinges. I guarantee that whatever we attach onto these hinges are actually going to be locked into place, and the hinges are being used in order to get us some precise angles that wouldn't otherwise be possible. All right, now we got to do one for the other side. And we're starting to see details come together now that we've built up the base a bit. And now we're going to do another sub-assembly. Okay, I wonder what these bits are. With the axles, they're probably to hold some piece in place. Or maybe we're setting up some of the structure that will allow some of the shaping. This whole section is supposed to attach. Where exactly? How does that line up? Like that, okay. Did I not do that correctly? No, I used the wrong piece, okay. The best time to catch a mistake is when you're on the same page. And then there's no guesswork in going back to fix it. And now we do another sub-assembly. I do have one computer Lego stream queued up. My brother Q Caller got some small Lego sets for his collection, a bunch of micro scale vehicles, and I'm going to do a stream with them on computer Lego. They're not sets I'm particularly interested in having in my actual collection, but Lego is always fun to do, even if you're not doing it for real. Okay, we want to make sure we're lining things up correctly. Wow, this sub-assembly has a lot of clip action going on. That's another way that they do precise angles that are otherwise not possible with standard pieces. Trans-red cones. This must be part of the lighting structure. This is a very white car, and I do appreciate that because every car we build in a different color extends the color palette of my collection overall for Speed Champions. Okay, we need a tile. Like this. And then there's a bar piece. And then we put these on. It looks like these pieces are supposed to represent the exhaust pipes. If they're all pushed together. I just want to make sure the bar itself is centered once the exhausts are on. And then of course they all have to be lined up properly so that they look good, since there's right now nothing locking them into place. And we get our first sticker of the model. So that's going to be, hold on. So if that all lines up there, these have to go up this way. So I need to get the sticker for this. And these are clear back stickers, which means it's possible to get prints on the fingerprints on the adhesive. So I have to be careful and make sure I get it right the first time with each sticker. Luckily, there's fewer than an average stickers for a Speed Champions car. That's what this sticker looks like. I'm not sure. In the camera, it looked like I had slightly crooked, but looking at it with my eye, it looks kind of straight. But there you go. That's what this looks like. And it'll go on the back of the assembly like this. So this assembly that we just built looks like it represents a good chunk of the back of the car. And that lines up with these brackets here. And I'll fix the exhausts to make them straight again. And with that in place, you probably won't be handling it from the exhaust star again, so the pipes are probably straight at this point. So it looks like the sticker is not perfectly straight, but that slight crookedness looks like it gives it a little bit of personality. I'm not going to worry too much about that one because it looks good. It still looks good. Alright, now we're going to build whatever this section is. Most of the rest of the pieces in this pile are white at this point. Okay, that's what these big curved pieces were for. Oh, I forgot to put the bracket on. That's why I didn't have a connection point. Now, okay. So it looks like we're supposed to poke this into the hole here. Maybe. Or maybe, no, it's supposed to go down next to the hole. I'm not sure how this is supposed to line up. I think if it goes on the hole, it'll be along the middle. No, I think that peg is just supposed to go into that little alcove there. But how does this actually attach then? Unless it doesn't attach yet. Alright, things are unclear right now. Hold on. Let me do the one for the other side and then I'll try and puzzle these out. Okay, so they are supposed to go in the hole. See, it wasn't clear from the picture. But yeah, they're supposed to go over the middle, it looks like. So if I can get this gray bit to go in the hole there, and then if I can get this other gray piece to go into the one on this side. So that's what those were for. And of course, they need to be lined up and straight. Which they're... So like that. And I guess they're supposed to hang. So yeah. Looks like we still have quite a bit of shaping to do for those to actually get in properly into. Alright, so yeah, they're supposed to be folded down to the sides like this. And that actually does quite a bit of shaping for the back of the car. But I think they're supposed to be flush against the lights. So, like this, but they're not really staying down in place. But that's kind of like a flexible connection point. So maybe there's something that we put on top to hold them in place. But yeah, they're supposed to go down over the lights like that, and like that. And there's this big, unless we do it like this, and if we do it like this, they actually stay in place and eliminates that gap, but then creates a gap over the lights. Let me check the picture on the back of the box. They're not supposed to be gapping like that. I think we need to build a little bit more of the rest of this before we can align those properly. Because clearly they have an intent for how this is supposed to be aligned. We got to do a sticker real quick. Okay, this big white piece should cover up most of the sub-assembly we're doing now, which involves this big white piece, should cover up most of the back of the car, it looks like. And then we'll be able to angle those bits and get them lined up properly. And then there's some wedges as well. Okay, that's what we built up. And this one looks like it gets another sticker. Which is supposed to line up with the other sticker. So that's what the section looks like on top. And we're going to put this in. So we're going to adjust these down, and then we're going to put that over on top, which should hold everything in place, I think, once we press this in. And these side bits don't flex anymore, and don't have the gap anymore. Not too much. So we fixed the shaping at the back, and that's what the top of the car looks like so far. I like the way this car is doing its shaping. And we need to go into bag 2 now. So this is bag 2. And in bag 2, we'll be building most of the front of the car. That's interesting. I don't see the bag of wheel bits that we usually see in Speed Champions. This car must have custom wheels. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with the bag 2 assembly, because our driver is still patiently waiting for his car. So it looks like we're starting bag 2 by putting these corner plates in, where the side studs are in the middle. Okay. So there's a little tile. bracket. And a bigger tile. And then we have some more bracketing going on this section. Every Speed Champions car has really unique and detailed shaping. So every build is fun to do to see the different ways they achieve these different shapes. That goes onto here, the side of the car like this. Excuse me. And so now we're going to build the section for the other side of the car. At least there's some red to break up the sea of white on this side. On this pile, I mean. A little bit of red and a little bit of black. Because okay, those are in. The car is starting to really come together now. And then I have to put this tile across the back of the inside. So it looks like we are going to get some red seating for this car. At least that's how it appears so far. Yeah, because it looks like a lot of the interior detail is going up in red right now. So that's pretty cool. A little splash of color that won't really be visible once the car is done. Once the canopy goes on, I mean, but it helps to break up the white a little bit. So we have to put in the steerage stick. And then there's a tile. And a steering wheel. So that's what we got so far. We just put the steering wheel in. Now it looks like we're going to start shaping up the front of the car. I'm going to try and switch up the single packs and the double packs so that you have some long streams and some shorter streams. But my next Lego, if I do get this other car that I'm looking at tonight, then that will be my next Lego stream. It'll probably be sometime next week. If I don't manage to get the Lego car, if I don't manage to get the next car, then my next physical Lego build probably will be the Earth Day stream, which is a whole month away. Either way, I do have some exciting Lego builds planned. And we are going to continue with the Lego Mario stuff probably over the summer. I'll get back to that. I do like this red interior that we're doing here. I like how every car has its own color scheme, and how some of the 2-packs try and have related color schemes. Okay, that's not symmetrical. Probably because the steering wheel is in the way. Okay, so it looks like what's going on there is we're just paneling off some of the inside, it looks like. And now we get the wheel arches, which means we're going to begin shaping the front. So it looks like we get another red tile to match with whatever's going on there. And then we have these corner tiles that we need to put on. It looks like we're smoothing off some of the edges here in preparation for the front details. I want to make sure everything is lining up correctly. So far it seems to be. And now we need to build another sub-assembly, which I think is going to be most of the shaping for the front of the car. Now this will be my fastest car yet, it looks like. Because we're not even at the hour mark yet. We're not doing anything extra on stream today, though. We're just gonna build the car, and then you can get back to your evening. Okay. Okay, so we have some stickers to put on. Now, this is one pair of stickers that needs to be perfectly straight. Otherwise, it's not going to look good. So that's what it looks like with the stickers. And this section attaches to the front of the car like this, onto those little bars we put in the front. So that's what it looks like attached. So it looks like we just have some gaps to fill in and then we're done. We have to fill in those gaps along the front, but there's not a lot of pages left in these instructions. When I was buying cars, this car wasn't exactly in my top 10, but now that I'm seeing it come together in person, I'm really liking this one. This car's got a sleek and elegant design. It's not over designed like some of the other cars in the line. Alright, we need to do another one of those. And then we're almost going to be out of pieces. We have very few pieces left in this pile. Since we had a 2-hour car, and then we had a couple hour-and-a-half cars, and then we had a second 2-hour car, I think it's suffice to say the different cars will take different lengths of time depending on how complicated the assemblies are. We can't just assume a Speed Champions car is going to take a specific amount of time. That one's too long. Let's go for that one. And then there's another sticker on this section. This is the 9 sticker, which looks like it's part of the light system. Interesting, there's still 4 stickers left after this one on the sheet, and we have so few pieces left. Be interesting to see how those stickers, where those stickers will go. Okay, that's what it looks like with the sticker. now we gotta put some hinges on the bottom of that. Again, these are hinges. Excuse me a moment. Okay, somehow it flied out of my hands while becoming securely attached, and the other piece didn't fall off as they were slipping out of my hands. That's a new one for me. Usually if a piece flies out of my hand while I'm putting it together, the two pieces will land separately. So those hinges are on. And let's pull this back. So that's back on camera. So this section here, how does this attach exactly? Okay, so those hinges will attach to these red studs in the front here. And then fold down over the bottom assembly at a very slight angle. See, that's what it looks like straight, and that's as far as it goes to close up the shape. Now, that's a cool effect. That's a cool effect. Look at those headlights. It's cool how they did the trans clear brick over the sticker to make it actually look like lights. That's a pretty cool effect. And now we have, it looks like, some more sticker placement. For the top of the car. And these stickers are hard to do, harder than the others, because they're clear backed, and because the angle is so low, you can see both sides from most angles, which means I need to make sure that the two sides look roughly the same. That one's very crooked. Let's try that again. Okay, that's not too bad for the two in the back. Let's do these two up here on these slopes. Okay. Let's fix that real quick. Good enough. And then this last sticker here in the middle. Let's get that onto camera. Right there. That last sticker, and I don't think the camera's going to focus this clear, but that last sticker is a very tiny Lamborghini logo, and that just goes in the middle of the front, like that. So there, I got the little logo onto the car. And now, I think that does it for the sticker sheet. And we have, it looks like another sub-assembly here. Okay, so this is going to be the tail section. A lot of Speed Champions cars, being race cars, have a tail on their back. We've been seeing those on most of the cars I've built so far in the series. And then the canopy goes over the top, like this. And now we just attach the wheels. And it looks like the this car doesn't have the regular baggie of wheel bits, because this car has these custom wheel tiles here that I think are specific to Lamborghini. Let's get all these wheels put on. Let's make sure I'm lining them up correctly. Okay, make sure that these bits are down properly. The one on this side doesn't really want to stay in place. As long as I don't handle it too much, they should be okay. If I fold the tail down like that, maybe that'll help to hold those bits in place. But according to the picture, the tail's not supposed to be folded down. It's supposed to be straight. I don't know. What do you think? Let's straighten it back up. I can always push it down to push these bits into place and then pop it back up. Well, he's ready to go for a drive. So let's put his race helmet on. And that's what the driver looks like with his helmet on. I just noticed that the pants are actually dark blue. They don't match the torso jacket. Is he wearing jeans? That's pretty interesting. I didn't think jeans was a standard race car outfit. Well, let's put him in a seating position, and we can open up the car, drop him in, and we can put his hair and wrench inside for when he needs it when he gets out. So yeah, and that's what he looks like inside the car. Even though the window is tinted, you can still see that big cheesy grin on his face, like he's ready to go for a ride. I like this car compared with some of the others, even though the color scheme is plainer and the design elements are plainer. It doesn't have a lot of over-the-top detailing and fancy striping that some of the other cars have. It's pretty cool, cute, compact. I like the way this one turned out. I'm surprised at how quickly it went together, but I like the way this one turned out. And you can see front, back. I like the shapes on this one and how everything came together so elegantly. This may be one of the cleanest shapes that I have so far in the Speed Champions line too. Alright, so according to that, we're done building. So let's go ahead and find an exit raid. Oh, that was almost a disaster. I almost spilled all the spare bits over. But let's see what's the best way to show this. So there, you can look at the car while I figure out an exit raid. And this page is more exciting to look at. Issa's on tonight. And Taryn's on tonight. You know what? That one's really a coin toss. Taryn and Issa are both very talented, and I enjoy both their shows. But Issa's more of a daytime streamer, whereas Taryn's more of an evening streamer. And so I don't really get to rate Issa that much. Plus, usually when I have indecision, I pick whichever music streamer has fewer viewers. I try and show I try and send off to the smaller streamers when I can. So we're gonna raid Issa Sings tonight. I think you'll like her show. She has a good sound. So yeah, this was the Lamborghini Countach. This was a very fun build. And even though it's one of the plainer looking cars, I really like its elegance and simplicity. I'm gonna go ahead and go now, and either you'll see a Speed Champions car next week, or you'll see a computer Lego build, and we'll be picking up the gaming again soon as well. Have a good night. Picking up the game.
And everything for the sugathon. Listen. So yeah. Hey, Uncle Eve, what's up? How was the stream? Welcome in. The C hashtag. Oh my god, best comment.